Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today we are looking at what just happened in the market because we saw huge sell-offs, 24-hour sell-offs in Bitcoin, or 20% sell-offs in Bitcoin, more than that in a lot of other cryptocurrencies. So we're going to look at it, take a look at why the market's falling, what I'm doing, maybe try to get a better perspective of what's happening right now. Now, I apologize because I'm not gonna cut this. I have some family events today. I had some family events that were going on late last night, so I don't have the time to cut it. But I apologize if I say or but I don't really care about that. I think what we really need to talk about here today is the market. Now, with that being said, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, I appreciate that. I know it's a red day, but it does help out the channel. Also, I know a lot of people had a hard time trying to buy last night or this morning because their apps were so congested. So if you guys want to try out another app, there's a link down there to BlockFi to get an interest rate on your cryptos. It's always good to have another account open. So we have cryptos falling a ton today. And I know that sucks for a lot of people. I know that it hurts looking at your portfolios now. We have Bitcoin that spiked down. On this chart, you can actually see exactly what we've seen in the past, which is people got liquidated. A ton of liquidations happened. On some apps, we went down to $42,000. On CoinMarketCap, it says we went from about 57,500 down to 45,000. So big sell-offs here. And then in the rest of the market, we saw some dips too. We have Cardano down 18% over 24 hours. We have Polkadot down 23%, Dogecoin down 23%, Avalanche down 23%. So there are definitely some deals. If you've been waiting to buy, and I always talk about keeping money on the sidelines, and I'll tell you what I did, what I've bought. If you've been waiting to buy, you have a lot of firepower now, and there's some good deals in my opinion. With that being said though, let's take a look. El Salvador bought 150 more Bitcoin. Hey, they are looking long term on this. They are trying to pick up as much as possible. I'm sure MicroStrategy is looking at buying or probably did buy. We haven't heard anything from them right now, but I'm sure a lot of people are trying to get on this dip. We got a lot of longs liquidated. Like I said, $1.79 billion liquidated in the last hour. So this was last night. So we're seeing more liquidations than we typically see. We saw about a $52,000 to $45,000 drop, and we saw about $2.5 billion worth of longs liquidated overall. So that might have been including over here and then maybe a little bit down here too, but the majority happened within about an hour. So a lot of people got hurt. One thing that's important to remember though is we can still see great moves upward. Even in a bear market, we still see a lot of these dips. I mean, take a look at the last cycle, 2016, 2017, 38%, 38%, 33%, 38%, 36, 29. This is pretty normal. So here we saw more, earlier this year, we saw more of this where we saw a long dip. I mean, I think we all didn't really expect it to last 6 months or 4 or 5 months, whatever it lasted over the summer. But we're seeing a dip today that is pretty similar to what we've seen in the past. Now, you might be thinking, how can this happen? We always hear good news in the crypto market. And I think of it kind of similar to the stock market and the economy, right? So there are a lot of different reasons that the market could be going down right now. Like I said, there are a lot of liquidations. Also, the stock market was down yesterday pretty drastically. At the time that I shot a video yesterday, crypto actually wasn't down as much as the stock market, but there are fears of Omicron. There are fears of the Fed starting to raise rates in the future. But crypto adoption is like this, right? We have the macro news, everything being adopted. Every single bank wants a piece of Bitcoin or crypto. And then we have the crypto market. So the crypto market can kind of be like your dog when it's got too much energy. It can zoom back and forth real quick, but it's still going up if you zoom out. I mean, if you look over the last year, crypto's still done extremely well. Let's look at Bitcoin here. It went from about 20K all the way up to where we are now. It's 2.5 times higher than it was before. So overall, if you zoom out, crypto's still doing well over the long term, but that doesn't help the day to day. But how I see it is kind of similar to what Kathy Wood says about her stocks when they sell off, right? She says that instead of like a 25% increase year in and year out, we're going to see a 30% increase. And she says that she loves when we get these sell-offs. And I think of it kind of the same way. This dip, I don't think will do anything for Bitcoin and crypto in the long term. It won't matter. No one will remember it 3, 4, 5 years from now. It's not like the banks are going to suddenly just not be interested in Bitcoin because it fell 20%. They're still going to be interested. There are still people that are going to buy it over the coming years. And of course, it's not as beautiful and pretty as a $60,000 Bitcoin, but if you're not selling, it doesn't really matter. So I think of it similar, right? If you're able to pick up some of this dip, that's great. Nothing has changed in crypto. We could have seen this coming. I've been talking about how much leverage there's been in the market for months. And we can see this coming, right? We can see that there are going to be dips in the future. It's just a question of whether you have enough money on the sidelines to take advantage of them. Now, where we go from here, I think it's difficult. I think it's difficult to determine. I am still buying because I think we're still going to go up through the coming months. Do I think we're going to hit $100,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year, or $10,000 Ethereum? Probably not. I think that'd be very difficult. I'm not saying that it couldn't happen, but I don't think that's very likely. But I think once we get further into next year, there's going to be more mass adoption. There's still, though, a chance that we could fall from here. That's why I never go all in at one time. That's why I have money on the sidelines. And some people ask, how do you have money, right? How do you have money after all these dips? Well, like most people, I get paid and I just put money in. I keep some on the sidelines. Then I have some for a rainy day, but I keep on getting paid. Like most people, we've been getting paid at our day jobs. Now, we have to be ready for one other big thing that could happen that could drop this market a little bit. Of course, there's a lot of fear. I'm not trying to spread more fear, but we have to get ready for more FUD. From anyone that's trying to manipulate the market, people have pull and they will push for these cryptos to probably fall down even further. So we have to be ready for more fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I'm kind of surprised that there isn't any big news from any people that are against crypto, but maybe that's just a sign of the times where back over the summer, banks still want to get in and they weren't able to. So they pushed fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Whenever there was a dip, they said that Bitcoin is severely overvalued, Ethereum is severely overvalued. Of course, we're getting like Charlie Munger saying how bad cryptos are and they wish that they were never even thought of. But we're not seeing as much FUD right now as I would expect. Maybe, again, it's just the change of the times, but be ready for that because there are going to be articles that come out that make you want to sell your crypto, and you have to have a plan for that. Now, like I said, for me, I bought the dip. So I was at a family function last night where I couldn't spend a lot of time on it. I couldn't really look at my phone that much, but I did send out some alerts to Patreon that I was buying the dip. So I bought some Bitcoin yesterday around 11 p.m. Eastern time. Bitcoin was around 52,000 right then. It was right before it dipped pretty heavily. I bought a little bit of Bitcoin, not a lot, just a little bit. I also bought some yesterday afternoon when we fell down to about 53,000 or so. I bought some Bitcoin. I added more than at 11, like I said. I bought more Bitcoin then at about midnight. I also bought more Ethereum, more Cardano, more Mana, more AVAX, more DOT, and VET. And then I also bought more Bitcoin here today. So I bought four or five times. That's what I'm talking about with dollar cost averaging. Even short-term dollar cost averaging can really help because I still have more cash on the sidelines. Overall, this was about a fifth to a tenth of my cash that I used to buy this dip. I have more cash in the future. I have more money coming in. That I think is the key to making sure you don't go insane in this kind of market. Either take a step away if you don't have any more cash, or be able to deal with that by knowing that you have more cash on the sidelines and that you can buy the dip. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. There honestly isn't that much of a reason for this dip. It's really just a few things. Omicron, the whole market selling off due to fears of even more of a chance of them raising rates, and then also just because there were a bunch of liquidations. So Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Are you excited at the dips? Are you scared during the dips? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, you can check out the link underneath the video to BlockFi to get an interest rate on your cryptos. You can also check out the link underneath the video to the Patreon if you want to know exactly when I buy and sell different cryptos. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.